Now, quick recap on the trading week, which is finished. Between Wednesday and Friday, in a matter of 48 hours approximately, trading gold alone, I was able to capture more than 1,494 pips by placing just 5 trades. Here's trade number 1. I share that with the community in real time. You can see that it was finished in about 118 pips. The second trade was entered the next day, on Thursday. I saw the mild rejection at the upper limit of the M15 FVA, and I took the opportunity to enter a short here at 2041. Now, this was entered as a swing position, so my initial stop loss was set at 2049, and my TP was, well, I had several TPs. My partial TP would have been somewhere here, here, and here. And my eventual TP was way down below, and this was considered my final TP. Now, that trade obviously didn't really move much because it was that time of the day. There was not enough volume, not enough liquidity in the market to push it down. Friday, we observed a mild upside exhaustion following a mild uptick. And I saw the opportunity to enter a scaling trade. The logic behind why I entered this trade would have been identical to the thinking process behind why I took this trade, right? So this was considered the third trade of the week. And then I had a quick trade here that was really just to amplify the return in the same direction. I was also shorting here, and that was about 40 to 60 pips. I shared each and every single one of these 5 trades with you in real time. And I really hope you appreciated that. Now, the final trade of the week was this one, following the major news release just after 8:30. I left all of my thinking process on the chart, and I also documented my thinking process in the community as well. So there's no denying that you had every opportunity to copy my trade and make the same level of profit. And if you didn't, well, it's your loss, really. Can't really blame me for not sharing, can you? So we had a rejection, and it was a rather rapid rejection here above the ceiling. And we had a full body of candle that closed below the ceiling. So this is the 15-minute inner ceiling that was breached, and it was then respected from that point onwards. So this was considered reasonably a good sign for you to start selling at the ceiling. And as you can see, the rest was history. It also ended with an enormous level of profit. We're talking north of 380 pips. So in total, by placing just these 5 trades in a matter of 48 hours, that's more than 1,494 pips. Now, is it luck or is it skill? Well, you tell me. Those of you who have been following my trade analysis and ideas since the inception of my little Discord channel understand perfectly well that over and over again, my unique method for not just understanding gold's behavior but also trading it has been known to bag enormous profit within a relatively short period of time, sometimes just in a couple of hours, even though most of my trades on gold were initially set up as swing positions. Take a look for yourself. Right here. Earlier this year, on the 24th of January, I published my forecast on gold, foreseeing it targeting 2,000 towards March. And then, as of the 20th of March to be exact, gold delivered exactly that. It hit 2,000 and slightly above just before it started descending again. And then on the 2nd of March, my strategy for swing trading gold was to enter around the price level of 1832, or in the 1820s, if you caught that. That's even better. With, of course, the option to either add more small long positions or just leave one small position running until gold reaches 2,000 if you're on an account that trades with a leverage of 1 to 100. You can understand that even a small position can turn into an enormous profit if you know how to trade my strategy. Considering gold's recent new high in the 2040s, those who did follow this swing strategy would have captured at least 2,000 pips by now, even if you count the swaps and the commissions. If you go further back in time, and we're talking mid-January this year, again, using my unique methodology for understanding and trading gold, my strategy was to short gold at a price level between 52 and 1960 and hold it as a swing position. Now, shortly after I released my analysis, in about 3 days, as a matter of fact, gold indeed proceeded to deliver 1959, just to then dive aggressively afterwards. We're talking more than 1,500 pips in 25 calendar days for those who followed my strategy. But of course, those who came through private messaging right here, insisting to me back in mid-January that gold didn't show any intent of slowing down, or those who were enthusiastically chasing the bull run, all lost the battle big time. So, what is it in particular about my method that has worked well despite the severe price distortion and institutional manipulation in the gold market? The strategy which I created on my own is called ECPAB, as in Evolving Channels with Price Action Breakdowns. This method and the many acronyms associated with it are unique in the universe of trading education. That's simply because I created them. So, unless I personally upload any information about my own methodology, you won't find anything online. In the past, I didn't think it was a good idea to put myself in a teaching position, as I was always pressured for time. But lately, my circumstances have changed, and I'm just in the process of rolling out a little program for those who are interested to learn about my ECPAB method. I have included a link below this video if you wish to register your expression of interest. It's entirely up to you. Returning to the 2-hourly chart for gold. Now, I get that it's easy for you to stumble across my analysis and immediately start thinking, wait, that looks easy enough. So all I gotta do is draw the channel, sell at the upper limit of the channel, and buy at the lower limit of the channel, and hold it for days to capture a bucket load of profit. I can do that. Well, there are many ways you're gonna get yourself murdered quickly if you think in such simple terms. Here's an example. On the 7th of last November, looking at the 2-hourly chart, gold briefly breached the upper limit of the channel. If you incorrectly applied my ECPAB strategy and rushed into an enormous short position right here, thinking that it's going to make you a millionaire within days, you would have got yourself burned very quickly. Just look at how gold proceeded to not just breach the upper limit and then formed a little FVA ever since and never returned. It departed from the top limit of the falling channel with such volume and speed you probably didn't have the time to realize you already lost more than 470 pips due to slippage or absence of a proper stop loss. So even if you understand my ECPAB method reasonably well, your trade can still go horribly wrong. Last week was a perfect example. Those 5 trades that captured a total of 1,494 pips were not just shared in real time. I also made sure I documented my thought process in real time each step of the way. Do these look familiar to you? Every step of the way. Take a look for yourself. See all the traces of my thinking as gold behavior was printing itself quite literally. I even did a live session to enter some short positions in the 2040s. But the reality is that most of you who saw it still missed this enormous opportunity. That's just solid proof of another significant way your trades won't work out well for you even after you found a great setup using my method. My ECPAB strategy requires the correct understanding, correct application, and most importantly, the correct psychology in using it. Imagine when you have mastered the ECPAB strategy and know it well enough to use it correctly and profitably, week after week, month after month, then there is quite frankly no reason why you won't be able to make a decent living by trading. I'll see you all in my next video. Take care.